Thought for 19 wondered if jumping to the Apple Watch Ultra 3 is truly a game changer, or if sticking with the Ultra 2 makes more sense for your wrist. We're diving deep today with a head-to-head showdown, a genuine, everyday battery drain test. Forget sterile labs or gimmicks, this is all about strapping them on and seeing which one hangs in there longer through real-life hustle. And trust me, the outcome could flip your expectations. What are your battery life pet peeves with smartwatches? Drop a comment below and let's chat about it. Here's how I set this up for fairness. I wore both the Apple Watch Ultra 2 and the Ultra 3 simultaneously, mirroring every setting, brightness dialed to about a third, always on display active, and no low power mode in play. The Ultra 2's battery health? Still pristine at 100%. This was as level a playing field as it gets. The mission was straightforward, uncover which delivers more usable hours in the chaos of daily life. To get the juices flowing, I laced up for a 6K jog. It had been ages since my last proper run, but it felt like the ideal kickoff to sap some energy from these beasts. Post 40 minutes of pounding pavement, the Ultra 3 slipped from 99% to 95%, while the Ultra 2 dipped to 94%. A mere 1% edge, sure, but those tiny leads can snowball as the hours tick by. From the jump, the Ultra 3 seemed to cling to its charge just a tad more stubbornly. Jumping ahead to the 24-hour checkpoint, after a full day of wearing them through the grind, fielding notifications, glancing at the always-on screen, and tackling routine stuff, the numbers started telling a tale. The Ultra 2 had plummeted to 51%, but the Ultra 3 clung to 56%. A respectable 5% lead after one solid day. It might not scream revolutionary, but in the battery game, those extra percentages translate to precious additional time before you hunt for a charger. Around the 30-hour mark, the pattern held firm. The Ultra 2 sat at 36%, with the Ultra 3 edging it out at 41%. That consistent 5% buffer reinforced the idea that the Ultra 3 isn't reinventing the wheel, but it's reliably pulling ahead, enough to instill that peace of mind it'll outpace its predecessor every round. Life doesn't pause for tests, of course. I threw in a leisurely stroll with the dogs, nothing epic, just the sort of everyday outing we all squeeze in. After that 40-minute jaunt, hitting roughly 33 hours total, the Ultra 2 had fallen to 31%, while the Ultra 3 maintained 36%. Yep, that 5% gap persisted like clockwork. It's reliable, it's foreseeable, and it paints a crystal-clear picture of which watch edges out the win. By 35.5 hours, the stakes ramped up. The Ultra 2 plunged into critical territory at 18%, but the Ultra 3? Still cruising at 28%. Now we're talking a 10% chasm, not just a sliver. That kind of spread shifts your mindset. Suddenly, you're not stressing a recharge with the Ultra 3, whereas the Ultra 2's already flashing warnings, urging you to plug in. Pushing to the 47-hour horizon, the Ultra 2 was gasping at 4%, teetering on empty. In contrast, the Ultra 3 lounged at 15%, plenty of reserve to keep chugging. This is where the divide truly widened. The Ultra 3 wasn't merely nipping at heels anymore, it was forging a meaningful lead that could reshape how you rely on your watch during extended days. At last, after 48 hours and 10 minutes, the Ultra 2 tapped out, dwindling to 1% before powering down. Impressively, that's way beyond Apple's stated 36 hours for typical use, classic Apple, sandbagging their estimates to wow us with overdelivery. The Ultra 3? It soldiered on, squeezing out another 6 hours before calling it quits around the 55-hour mark. That's a solid 7-hour advantage, aligning spot on with Apple's pitch of 6 extra hours over the Ultra 2, if not a smidge more. So, what's the takeaway for your daily grind? The Ultra 2 remains a powerhouse, clocking nearly 48 hours with its vibrant screen, constant display, and tracking prowess. That's no slouch. Yet the Ultra 3 elevates it further. Those bonus 7 hours could spell the difference between mid-adventure anxiety on a weekend getaway and sailing through with charge to burn. Zooming out, these siblings are cut from similar cloth, near-identical designs, overlapping features, and that signature on-wrist vibe. The Ultra 3's display pops brighter for better outdoor visibility, but the star upgrade is undeniably the battery stamina. If you're the type tackling epic treks, marathon sessions, or just loathing daily plugs, the Ultra 3 hands you that vital boost. But the million-dollar query, worth the switch? If your Ultra 2 is humming along flawlessly, probably not. 7 hours is a perk, not a paradigm shift, especially since the Ultra 2 often exceeds expectations anyway. It'd be tough to rationalize the splurge solely for endurance. That said, if you're eyeing your first Ultra or upgrading from an older model, the Ultra 3 shines as the superior bet. It's the freshest iteration, with that enhanced screen, prolonged runtime, and extended software support horizon. For newcomers, it's a no-brainer. Ultimately, it boils down to your lifestyle. If you're maxing out with rugged escapades and intense sessions, you'll feel the Ultra 3's edge and savor it. But for standard fare, notifications, fitness logs, and everyday flow, the Ultra 2 more than holds its own. Recapping the digits, the Ultra 2 endured just shy of 48 hours, trouncing Apple's 36-hour benchmark. The Ultra 3 stretched to 55 hours, netting those 7 extra. Both crush multi-day use, and dialing back features could extend them further. The Ultra 3 just offers more wiggle room. In my view, the Ultra 3 is stellar, but Ultra 2 owners can chill, no urgent need to leap. For those entering the fray, snag the Ultra 3 and relish the added longevity. With that said, thanks for watching and until next time.